Horace Notice, the champion of Britain and the Commonwealth, but only the Commonwealth title up for grabs tonight. Defending this Commonwealth title for the 4th time this year. Winner of all his pro fights. Here's our MC, Dudley Walters.
Gentlemen, this is a contest of 12 rounds, 3 minutes each round, for the Commonwealth Heavyweight Championship. Between and introducing to you in the red corner, the British and Commonwealth Heavyweight Champion from Birmingham, Horace Notice. And in the blue corner, the challenger from New South Wales, Australia, the heavyweight champion of Australia, Dean Waters. At the weigh-in this afternoon, Horace Notice scaled 14 stone 11 pounds, Dean Waters 15 stone 10 and a half pounds. Your referee, Mr. Mickey Van, the timekeeper, Mr. Ray Rice.
So Notice prepares to defend the title yet again against this Australian, but born in London, Dean Waters, one of 3 boxing brothers, all born in London. They emigrated to Australia with their father in 1972. Waters is 25 and Horace Notice is 30, but a young man in a professional sense. Now with me at the ringside is Frank Bruno. Frank, how do you reckon this is going to go?
I don't know too much about the Australian guy, but I know about everything about Horace, and he'll fight with all of his heart, you know?
I think we'll find that Notice will start a pretty hot favourite.
Right. I hope you're right, Harry.
How do you think? Several rounds or not too many rounds?
I'm not a connoisseur, you know. If it was my way, it'd be 1 round.
Okay, here we go. Scheduled for 12 rounds. The Commonwealth title. The London-born Australian, wearing green and gold for Australia. Bearded, Waters. But a man who's had only 7 professional fights, Dean Waters, and 5 wins, 2 defeats. And Notice has proved himself to be a pretty formidable heavyweight over these last few months since he won the British and Commonwealth titles. But Horace is conceding almost a stone here to a man who's about an inch shorter than he is. Horace is 6'1". Horace Notice, born in Birmingham, now lives in London.
That's Horace downstairs.
And Notice finding that rather pudgy midriff of Waters pretty easily with the left hand.
Downstairs, Horace.
One has to feel that Waters really hasn't got the experience behind him to be successful in this fight, but in the boxing game, you never know. No Australian has ever won the Commonwealth heavyweight title. And Horace picking the places to put his punches. And the bearded Waters takes them well. Good left jab from Waters.
Take your time, Horace, take your time.
Big Frank jumping to his feet beside me and imploring Horace to take his time. Well, Horace is finding it pretty easy to get the punches home on the head of Waters, but the Australian still comes marching forward. All 15 stone 10 and a half of him. He's had 2 points defeats Waters as a pro.
Right, step back.
Notice looking for the place to put the next one in. Knows already this. Oh, well, that looked to me as a little bit of strength left the legs of Waters at the end there. Now, as you know, I've got Frank Bruno here, and he knows Horace Notice as well as anybody. What sort of... He's been overshadowed, you see, as you must know, by you in the Terry Lawless camp.
Right,
now, what sort of guy is he?
He's a very nice guy, a very gentle giant, but he's a very hard worker and very dedicated. He's a very proud man as well, Harry.
A disciplined man in the gym.
Very disciplined.
Do you do much sparring with him?
Quite a lot of sparring with him, Harry.
Does he get you?
Sometimes he gets to me, you know what I mean? Sometimes. He's a very awkward and tough guy.
Does he hurt you sometimes?
Sometimes, yeah, Harry, yeah. And
he's a great mate
as well.
Yeah, I bet you do. He's also a mate of Gary Mason, of course, the other heavyweight in the stable.
Gym, yeah.
Right. So do all three of you ever get together in a social way and have, you know, dinner parties, that sort of thing?
Yeah, sometimes we go break dancing and polish our shoes on the dance floor sometimes, Harry.
Break dancing?
Yeah, break dancing, yeah.
You must show me that one day. I've never seen you do that.
When we make our record, we'll do some break dancing.
I think I'm too old to know what break dancing is. Second round. That's a dangerous looking right hand there wielded by Waters. I think Horace needs to keep his wits about him here. Good right. And Waters has already proved himself to be a rather big, lumbering, strong man. He might take a bit of whittling down.
That's it, or it's boxing. That's it.
Well, there's nothing fancy about Dean Waters. But he certainly can take a punch.
Boxing, Morris, play smart. That's it, Orange.
Well, these are all good thumping blows that Notice is putting in. And yet the disturbing thing is, from Horace's point of view, is that he's London-born Australian, born in Finsbury Park, by the way. He keeps coming marching on.
Watch him, Morris. Box him. The jab. Work off the jab, Horace, and be smart. Watch him, Horace. Be smart. Smart, Horace. Smart.
The nose and mouth of Dean Waters beginning to show signs of the attention it's had from Horace's gloves. And Notice doing all the point scoring. And it surely must be taking something out of this Australian.
That's it, or it's a jab.
Can't go on soaking it up like this all night, can he?
Watch it, Morris. Be smart. Be smart.
Horace moving around to his own left.
That's it, or it's boxing.
Which might be the chance for Waters to come with the right, but at the moment Waters is too busy taking punches. Well, you could hardly have a more decisive round to go your way without putting a man down. He did everything he should, and but the man still comes marching on. Horace Notice, the British and Commonwealth heavyweight champion. And a perfect professional record. He won the British and the vacant Commonwealth title in April last year when he stopped Hugh Roy Curry in 6 rounds, and he's since put up the Commonwealth title against Proud, Kilimanjaro, Dave Garside and Paul Lister, and he stopped the lot. It's only a month since he beat Paul Lister in Sunderland when the British title was also at stake, and that night he won a Lonsdale belt outright, the first British heavyweight to win the belt outright since Henry Cooper. So Horace is certainly achieving things in the pro game with that successful Terry Lawless stable.
Stands up. Round 3.
The Australian champion, Dean Waters, comes out presumably for more of the same. 25 years old, the eldest of the three boxing brothers. Guy and Troy are the others. They're all Australian champions.
Horace, sharpen up. Jab, use your jab, Horace, use your jab.
And Waters has come out looking rather more aggressive. Decided he's got to take this into his own hands and come forward and punch. Mickey Van, the referee, telling notice about landing punches far back. He's turning into them, that's why they're going around the back. And Horace showing signs here that he doesn't want this to be too late a night. But he mustn't leave himself open. The man still looks strong and aggressive. One low one there from notice. Thumping this right hand to the head of Waters, who seems to be almost indestructible. Big, tough man. Well, he's game. I don't know what else he may have to offer, but he's game. Well, this is so one-sided, it's almost laughable, and yet, no matter how hard he hits him or where he hits him, he can't put him down. But he surely must go sooner or later.
Watch him, Horace, watch him all the time.
1-3.
That's it. Concentrate, Horace.
Every now and again, Waters pops one out and catches notice, but none of them seem yet to have disturbed the Commonwealth champion.
Tough nut, Horace. Use your jab. That's it.
Well, it's not often you see a man get hit around the head so often with a big right hand by a man who can punch and stand up to it like this.
Tough nut, Horace. Reserve your energy. That's it. Concentrate.
So here's the man who was born in Finsbury Park and left London when he was 8 years old with his two brothers and his father, Sess, who's there in front of him. And he won the heavyweight title of Australia, plus the Orient and Pacific titles, all in one fight, and only in his fourth professional fight. He's been stripped of the Orient Pacific title for failing to defend it. He's lost 2 fights on points, one of them early this month, or rather early last month, when he was outpointed in Hobart, Tasmania, by the very tall American Eddie Richardson, who, if you remember, was stopped in 7 rounds by Gary Mason, Horace's stablemate, in Marbella in late August. Brother Guy is the Australian light heavyweight champion. Brother Troy is the Commonwealth light middleweight champion. So they're quite an extraordinary family. So this fight for the Commonwealth Heavyweight Championship, scheduled for 12 rounds between Notice and Waters, sponsored by OTV, proving to be,
Horace, be careful.
in some ways, a quite extraordinary fight. Waters has stood up to everything that the champion's thrown at him.
That's good, Horace. Watch him all the time. Use your jab. That's it. Think all the time.
Notice must be beginning to feel that this is a bit like punching the heavy bag in the gym. He just keeps thudding punches into it. It never hits back and it never gets hurt.
That's Horace. That's it. Watch it all the time. Boxing, Horace. That's it. That's
a good attack, but still Waters is on his feet. Oh, he's gone. Suddenly, it had to happen. He couldn't go on taking punches like that. And when Horace set up a brilliant combination attack, suddenly it was all over in the 4th round. And really, one has to say that it was totally one-sided, and you have to wonder whether he really should have been fighting for the Commonwealth title. And thankfully, one hopes he hasn't come to too much harm there. It was so one-sided, and really, when Horace turned the pressure on, it was all over. So here we are again. Frank's watching this with me. What do you think about this, Frank? He did his job well in the finish, didn't he?
Very, very well. He's a tough guy, Harry. You know, I think anyway.
Oh, he was tough, all right. I mean, he took everything for 4 rounds, or 3.5 rounds. But the referee was right to go in there because he was going to be a helpless target.
You ain't lying about that, Harry.
So it's another nice win for Horace.
Very good.
The old stable's doing all right, Frank. Here we go. That was a big ride, wasn't it? He suddenly went, didn't he? After standing there taking... Look at that. He's almost come toppling face first. And Mickey Van went straight in.
Nice one, Horace!
So there'll be a bit of celebration in the camp tonight, Frank?
Yeah, you ain't lying about that, Harry. You're going to come with us to do some break dancing?
I wouldn't mind.
Yeah,
break dancing, I'll watch you do the
Guinness.
dancing.
Can you have some of that?
Thank you very much, Frank Bruno.
Cheers,
and Horace
Frank,
Notice is still the Commonwealth heavyweight champion, having beaten Dean Waters of Australia in round 4.
Harry and Frank now heading off to Annabelle's for the rest of the evening. Right, a bit later we got Duke McKenzie of